she's like, well, what can we do? I was like, well, you know what's close? But here's the thing. When I first moved here, when Kat moved in with me many years ago, we used to get some fast food every once in a while, and we used to get Taco Bell. And Taco Bell's right down the street. And when we used to get them, they were all right. Usually the food was decent. Now, listen, Taco Bell is not great food. It's not authentic Mexican. It's not even American. I don't know what you want to call it, diaper food. It's like someone put dehydrated, ingredients inside of a soggy damn diaper, shook it around, and tossed it on top of like a fucking taco shell. It's pretty gross. But at the same time, it's kind of like guilty food. It could taste good if you douse it in the sauce and stuff. It's not that bad. So we used to get Taco Bell all the time. But what ended up happening was over the years, Taco Bell declined in quality. The last time we ate Taco Bell, I told you guys about it. It wasn't even something we were planning on doing. But I think our dinner had gone wrong or something like that. And we were like, well, let's just get something quick. So we went out and we grabbed Taco Bell. And I had gotten, chicken chalupas. I go to bite it. I'm like, why is it hard? The chicken was like a rock. The chicken was like eating like dry, hard shoe leather. The chicken must have been like from the morning and sat around, and they just fucking gave it to me anyway. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten. I was like fucking vomiting. I was like, this is so nasty. So after that experience, and by the way, I should say this too, Taco Bell's prices used to be cheap. Like Taco Bell would be the place you go when you want to save money, but grab something quick. Grab a sack of tacos, grab a quick combo meal for like $5. A combo meal at Taco Bell, after tax, is over $10 now. For the same food. It's not even filling. Like, their food quality has gone down, their prices have skyrocketed, and nothing there is good or filling. So it's kind of like they lost their branding almost of what they used to be. So she's like, why don't we go to Taco Bell? I was like, Taco Bell? Like, we just went there like 3 months ago or whenever it was. Do you remember how bad it was? And do you remember what we paid? Like, we paid 2 combo meals, whatever. It was like $25 for shit food that was disgusting. I was like, dude, there's no way I'm going to Taco Bell. I'm sorry, but there's no way we're wasting. That's like, I might as well just eat the money, right? Roll up the money, eat out of your wallet. You get a better quality. So he said, why don't we go to this other place down the road? It's a fresh Mexican place that does fresh Mexican food. Now, the thing was, we had recently already eaten there, but we were in a rush. So she ended up getting a chicken burrito, and I ended up getting a chicken torta, which is a Mexican sandwich, which I'd never gotten before. By the way, like $15 for our meal, for both of us together, versus $25 for 2 combo meals at Taco Bell, okay? So, I got a chicken torta, and what it is slow-cooked marinated chicken, all right, on a fresh-baked giant roll with lettuce and guacamole. And I was a little nervous, because I was like, wow, it doesn't really sound like it has much on it. Perhaps that's going to be dry or... Oh my God, I bite into it. First of all, the thing is effing loaded with meat. It weighs like a pound. I was like, damn. Like, this thing is certainly... Oh, people are saying I should have the old man yells at cloud image. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I have to complain. So, Taco Bell sucks. Okay. So anyway, I pick up this torta, which I've never had before. I take a bite. The flavor is insanely good. Like, this marinated chicken is bursting with flavor. It is juicy as hell. I was like, whoa. Like, this is the opposite of what I was expecting. And even though it only had very little guacamole on it, it was a good contrast to the other flavors. I was like, this shit is good. Like, I was blown away. Now, sadly, Kat wasn't as happy because she wasn't looking for Mexican. So she ate about half of her burrito. I mean, it was still a good burrito. Hers was chicken with, like, some beans and rice together. And hers is still good, but, and that's not what you're looking for. And you end up kind of just doing anything to rush. You might not have as good of a deal, okay? So anyway. So then we were off. And we went to our first appointment. All right? And then we went to our next appointment. And without giving any specifics, I think you may be able to figure out what one of those appointments possibly was. I'm just saying, maybe there's something here that could be a giveaway as to what one of those appointments were. All right? The eye doctor. I went to the eye doctor. Obviously, that's what it was. The optometrist. Okay. So anyway, that was one of the, we had multiple appointments to do, and we got all that done. And now we're like, okay, well, now we're going to go grocery shopping. And it's kind of a bummer because near where our hairdresser is a grocery store that's the same chain that we've been going to now for several months. But we tried going to it once, late last year when we had our haircut last. And this version of the grocery store is terrible. I previously ranted about this in a previous episode of Old Man Yells at Cloud, where I talked about how sadly in the United States, franchises just aren't equivalent. You'll go to one store that's the same store, and you'll go to a different one that's owned by another person, and because it's a franchise, one is like crazy good and the other is just shit. And apparently there's no standards that are upheld between stores at all in the United States. And that pisses me off because how stupid is that sadly you can't trust what anything's going to be. You know what I'm saying? So instead of just being able to go to the grocery store right next door to where we already were, we had to drive back to our area another 45 minutes and then go to our local version of the grocery store, which we know is good, which was a great call because they had all the stuff we wanted, fresh baked stuff, all so good. So we come home and we unload everything and we take a look at the clock, all right? It's basically almost 4 p.m. already. And we're like, dude, it's 4 p.m. We haven't even done anything we want to do yet today. We've been so busy doing all this other shit. We're like, well, let's get going. So we go out the door. Now, one of the things we wanted to do was Costco because we had to catch up on a lot of things that we were running low. We were running low on a lot of commodities in the house that you save a lot of money if you go to Costco to get. So we went to Costco and we were running around. We grabbed all the things we were low on. And one of the things we got was, we never done this before, we got their Danish, okay? Usually we get muffins, but we're kind of tired of their muffins. So we actually got Danish, okay? Apple Danish. And they have 3 kinds. They have apple, cream cheese, and I guess almond flavor. But we got the Danish, the apple Danish. And we're going to try it later on in the day, which I'll tell you about in a second. But so we got that, and then we were done with that. We're like, okay, what are we going to do next? So we had like an agenda of things we were going to do that were supposed to be more fun, as opposed to doing menial tasks all day. But it was already 5 p.m. You know, the sun's going down. So like, what do we want to do? So we went to one place, and by the time we were done at that place, Kat's like, she's like, I'm just tired. You know, we've been up since like 9 in the morning, you know, moving constantly, doing stuff. You know, I'm beat. I want to go home and relax. I was like, I mean, I don't blame you. I felt the same, but I was hoping that we could tough through it and still do some fun stuff. We were like, nah, I'm with you. Like, I'm fucking beat too. What a day that we've had, and, you know, we didn't get to do anything. So, yeah, we ended up like, well, I guess we're going to go home. So we did. We ended up going home, and we did order dinner, all right? So we ended up ordering Indian food again. We had actually just had Indian a few weeks ago, but we really didn't feel like going through a giant menus of other places to figure something out, so we ordered Indian food for dinner. The good news was I had the full refund from earlier in the day from the sandwiches that never got delivered. So I ended up using that full refund towards the order, so it wasn't that much more expensive. You know, it was maybe a few more dollars. And she got a chicken tikka masala with naan bread, and I got a lamb biryani. So who knows what biryani is?